listen, this is an important topic right here. I need to have your attention because being who we are and looking how we look, our altercations and interactions with officers of the law is a little different than other people. Just because that's the way society is today. So I want to talk to y'all about a routine traffic stop. You're going to be an officer for me today. And we need to have this conversation of what you do during a traffic stop. So we're going to talk about it. Y'all riding down the road, you act like you're driving the car. You're not driving. Put your foot on the gas. All right. Got the music bumping. All right, go ahead and pull them over. Here comes the officer. He pulls you over.
Why the car stop?
Come on over right here.
Hey, before you went on that, hey, can you turn the music down for me? Hey, hold on, what's that? Yeah, okay.
Officer, I'm not turn off the music.
It's about to get good.
What y'all boys doing in here? What's up, man? What's up? You good?
All right, let's stop everybody. I want to talk about a couple things that happened. They got pulled over. Agree? Now, 4 people in the car. All right? Everybody watching what was going on during this traffic stop? Somebody did something while they was in this car while the police pulled them over. What did somebody do when the police pulled the car over?
Turn off the radio.
They hit.
He saw it.
They hit the bag.
What happened?
He slid something under his seat.
So the guy behind the driver put something under the driver's seat. This happens. This happens often. We need to talk. We need to discuss this. One of the most important things you can do during a traffic stop, I'm not a police, I'm not an expert, but I've talked to a lot of officers, is where you keep your hands at. That's their primary concern, is your hand. They want your hands to be visible. Whether they're up, they're on the wheel, on the dash, out the window, they want to know where your hands are. In a lot of instances we've seen on the news where people that look like us may have got shot or incidents happen, the police use the rhetoric, where's your hands? I can't see your hands. So this is something that y'all all know, but we're gonna do a little role play skit just to go through this to see what happens. So this guy, he put something under the driver's seat. What do you think's gonna happen next?
He got 50 feet.
Let me ask, let me get the young man first. We're assuming the police saw him put under there. What do you think?
I think he's gonna tell the driver to get out, tell everybody to get out so he can shut the car.
Okay, what you guys say, bro?
Alright, so I feel like what the officer's about to do next?
Just in this situation there.
Oh, the officer's gonna ask, I suggest where he pulls over some speeding or whatever, ask us license registration, all that good jazz, go back and check it, come back, ask you what we're doing out late, or I don't know what time of day it is, like that. And then he's gonna ask, what was doing, was we doing anything bad? And then go from there.
All right, so we're gonna go back into it. Go ahead.
Oh,
Find out.
did I see it? All right. Hey, everybody step out. Everybody step out, man. Step out. Step out.
You don't just
Step
stick
out.
your hand in the car.
Step out. Step out. All right.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
man. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
So now we're gonna stop. Pause again.
I'm in the car.
We got him out the car. We put 2 guys on the ground. Now, Mr. Green, we got your son on the ground. You have 2 mean officers,
Hands behind your back.
and you're at home. What advice would you give your son right now dealing with these officers?
Comply.
Comply.
That's it.
At all means.
At all means. Just
The best
comply.
thing you can do for a situation is comply.
Comply. That's it. Be quiet and comply.
Quiet and comply. All right, so the police is gonna search y'all, and y'all haven't done anything wrong. You gonna search? Come on, get on up. You can get up. He's still there. He gonna search everybody. You get up. Oh, look at this. What's this?
I was in the car.
You had a gun, sir?
No, sir.
What's that?
You had a weapon?
No, sir. I had no weapon. That's what.
So now, who knows anything about law?
I do a little bit.
Oh, I know.
It's supposed to be a gun. It's big crap. So yeah, everybody get up. I want to talk about this. He's driving the car. Someone put something under the driver's seat. Who's responsible for whatever is illegal under the driver's seat? Let this man in the back answer.
The person's in the car, the person who owns the car,
What if none of them on the car? What if it's his father's car?
Cause I'm the one.
because he's driving.
So you're responsible. Who do you think is responsible?
The driver.
The driver. Did everybody agree the driver's responsible?
Driver has to know everything at all times.
Okay, but you didn't know what the people had in their pocket when they picked you up. Search everybody to get in.
No, I should be like, yo, what's your name?
You should know your friends.
You should know your friends.
Hey, but sometimes your friends aren't really your friends when it comes to certain situations. So some people will claim to be my friends. If something happened, they be like, gotta go. Gotta go. Just putting that out there.
So it's important to know your rights when you get pulled over by the police. You gotta know what to do, what to say, and you gotta understand that things are gonna happen. And every police is not a happy police. Every police is not a bad police. Every police may not be a good police. But the important things I think is where you keep your hands at. It's important not to turn up, not to get turned up with the officer. Even if you think you're in the right, just comply and try to neutralize the situation. And another thing that's important is that to know that you don't know who you really have in the car. You don't know what people are gonna do. We assume that everybody's gonna do the right thing, but you don't know what someone may have on it. Mr. Green, y'all sit down, y'all can stay in the car. Can you read the part on that? Well, what's the cover of it?
The NAACP Real World Guide to Interacting with Law Enforcement. The 411 on the 50.
All right, this is the section when you get pulled over in the car.
In your car, upon request, present your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. Number 2, if you're suspected of drunk driving and refuse to take a sobriety test, the police may seize your driver's license. 3, you have the right not to consent to a search of your vehicle. 4, if the police state they have probable cause, they may begin to search your car without your consent. Do not interfere but clearly state your lack of consent. Number 5, if you're given a ticket, sign it. You can always fight the case in court later.
All right, I like this number 4. Or which one was it? Let's go over number 4 again. Read number 4 out loud. I want to talk about that.
If the police state they have probable cause, they may begin to search your car without your consent. Do not interfere, but clearly state your lack of consent.
All right, so the police, they're gonna say, hey, can I search your car? Do you mind if I search this vehicle? You're not doing anything wrong. You didn't think you did anything wrong. So you can say, well, why do you want to search my car? I don't understand. But if they can deem what they call probable cause, which can be related to a lot of incidents. It could be someone in the back nervous. It could be you sweating. It could be you stuttering. It could be you may have been swimming and somebody's eyes are red. It could be a smell he says he smells in the car. He could deem anything probable cause at that time. He can actually go ahead and search your car because it says he has probable cause. But what it says to know your rights is to, what it say we keep doing at the end of it, the last part, the last sentence?
Do not interfere, but clearly state your lack of consent.
Don't interfere with the police with searching your car, but keep saying that I really didn't want you to search my car, I didn't consent to that. Because that way you can fight it on the back end if something's done wrong. Now the whole thing is we want to comply, we want to be right, but we also want to know our rights because we do have rights as citizens, and we can use our rights later on against the court, in the court of law, against the person. So I want to do this whole thing again one more time, and something important. What I do with the other cards?
Anything else? Mark?
I have one more.
I had 2 more. Crap, put them in. Put them in my pants pocket. I had 2 more cards for another scenario. But for this scenario, let's play, you got the police music again?
My password is 2412.
Yes, sir.
2 things. First of all, I forgot your name.
Thurston.
Thurston. The Brown firm is a law firm in Richmond, state capital. They put out when can the police search my car in Virginia?
Okay.
Okay? And the first thing is, what is probable cause? Okay? Just to take a minute, the only thing necessary for a police officer to be able to legally search a car is probable cause. For example, if an officer smells marijuana in the passenger compartment of the vehicle, he now has probable cause to search that area and anything in it, such as closed containers that the officer has reason to suspect contains the marijuana he is searching for. However, an officer is not allowed to conduct a search of an area of the vehicle unless he has probable cause to believe that there is evidence of a crime in the area being searched. Okay? So he just can't, he says he has probable cause and he's gonna search the car. He can't just ride through the entire vehicle. Okay? If he thinks he saw, Mr. Williams put something under the chair, then he can look in the vicinity of Mr. Williams under the chair. He can't go in the glove box. He can't go in the trunk. He can't go all over the car. He can only go, probable cause says, in the location where he thinks there was a crime or a possible crime. Okay? So he can't search the entire vehicle just because he thought Adam threw something in the glove box. He can take a look at the glove box, but as far as under the seats in the back chair or the back seat of the vehicle and the trunk, he can't do that. Okay? Only in the vicinity of where he thinks a crime was committed. Okay? Virginia state law, because we're all, just want to put that out there because we all live in state Virginia.
All right, the music again. Can I get the music again? I don't know what I did with those cards. I had no cards.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. You got a phone? Who is this? You got a phone? Who got a phone? Who? Oh, you know that side? All right, license registration.
So I'm reaching into my glove compartment and get the registration.
Okay, read slowly.
I'm just taking it.
What y'all boys doing down here?
So we just had a good time and we just trying to get back home.
Trying to get home?
Yes, sir.
How's everybody doing in the car?
Well.
You doing fine? Everybody's well?
Sir.
Okay, where you coming from? Get out the car! Get out the car! Get down! Get down! All right, this is something I want to tell you right here. Get up, bro. Now you see these two gentlemen right here? You see what they did? This saves lives. This saves lives. Sometimes when things happen, the video recording that someone took saves lives and lets the family know what happened. It provides justice. Now it's a two-edged sword, so I want to talk about it. Do you record or do you call the police? But if the police is already there, do you just record the police? What do you do, Richard? The police pulled them, I pulled them over. They were walking down the street and saw I was treating the brother unjustly. So they pulled out their phones to record what was going on.
He should keep recording.
Keep recording.
Yeah.
Because if this event goes the wrong way, these video recordings are going to be the only way we get justice. Now, if it's a civilian on civilian situation or a person on person situation, I think that maybe somebody should call the police before they record or go live on Instagram or something like that. What do y'all think about that? Recording, because we see it all day on social media, people recording stuff that they should have called the police on. What do y'all think?
I thought in certain situations where it's necessary to have that kind of evidence, it is necessary to record. But if it's like me and Macho getting a fight outside of Y, I feel like calling the police would be more helpful than recording.
What do you think over there, old bro? What do you think? To record it or call? What do you think? You was in a whole nother zone.
Yeah.
He was just, I just snatched him out of the car very rudely.
I'm being arrested here and you can't make a
Are you
decision.
gonna call the
Are you
police?
talking about
Are you
personal
gonna
person
record?
or this situation?
I want to just any situation.
REC.
Well, I think in a situation where the police is actually doing something to people, I think that we should record it. Somebody should record it. Everybody don't gotta stay on the cell phone, but I was at PTC, I never told you about it, I was at PTC, and the police were dragging somebody out of the movie theater. I think they were drunk inside of that, what's the movie theater called at Peninsula Town Center?
Regal,
At the Regal Dining or something?
I think so.
But they were dragging the guy out. The police were dragging him out. And I just so happened to be like out there in the parking lot. I think I was doing Uber waiting on a ride. And I saw what was going on. And they was dragging him out like this. And I pulled out my phone, started recording. Two of the police told the police that was dragging him. And he stopped dragging and I stood him up and started walking. You know? And I was so nervous to go to record that I had never pushed the record button. I was taking photos. But it still helped the guy. Once, it was broad daylight. I just had my phone like this. Oh, somebody phone now. I just was holding my phone up, right? I was across the street. I didn't interfere. I didn't get close to it. I guess the word interfere is what I said. But when I seen what was happening, I held my phone out like this. And once the two police saw me recording the incident, they hit the guy that was dragging him and they stood him up. So just me pulling the phone out probably helped this situation. So what do y'all think about a traffic stop? Let's go around and just give me some ideas of what to do or what not to do on a traffic stop. Where y'all wanna start? Wanna start this way?
I would say on a traffic stop, just comply. I mean, you don't have to curse or nothing, just comply. I would say that's the number one thing, just comply.
What do you think, bro?
I think during the traffic stop, like, if you don't agree with the cop, don't argue with them, because that's just gonna make your situation worse.
Very true. That's true. What do you think?
Don't reach for anything. For me, it's like just listen, comply. If don't argue, just do what he says, and tell the truth. Because if you lie, and you actually did do something, it's gonna end up worse. So.
Alright, who's first? You go.
Yeah, I'm saying, don't reach for anything. Not your phone or anything like that. I wish you were next.
Can you give us some advice on the traffic stop?
I want to hear some of the other questions, but I pulled something up
Pull
again.
something else up?
Yes.
Alright. I wanna go and we'll just run away. You go next.
Nah, I was just thinking about that.
Which movie?
Yeah.
What was it? What do you make you think about?
Well, in the movie, the boy reached for a hairbrush. He was sitting outside the car, and while the police went back to his police car, he didn't think there was nothing wrong with him reaching inside the car to grab a hairbrush.
And also thought it was a gun and didn't work out good. That's it?
Yeah.
Alright, what do you think?
I think that no matter what the situation may be, take it seriously. Don't take it lightly. Take the officer seriously. Even if they stutter or something like that, take it seriously because you never know what can happen.
Alright, what you got, bro?
Just always state what you're doing before you do it.
That's good. That's the take it strong. What do you got?
Stay calm. Don't show that you're nervous or scared or anything, because when you're scared or nervous, they can cause your actions. So like, you can be hyper and you can do something on accident that you don't mean to do and cause something.
What you got, Travis?
Be polite, because that'll get you a little further. That's it.
Don't say, like, don't be disrespectful and stuff like that. Just comply. And then don't reach for nothing.
What you got, cameraman?
Stay on the right path. Don't take one wrong step.
As far as what?
Like, don't, like, when a police pulls you up, you have to stay on your right track. Make one wrong move, and a lot of bad things can happen to you.
Okay. What we got, Nike shirt? Oh, you started what you did. Did you want to start it? Here's the, what you got back there?
This is the rule for
saying, being polite, just say like yes sir and no sir, because I've heard of somebody being in a situation where saying yes sir and no sir actually the officer let him off that day. So just being polite could actually help you.
All right, brother, what you got?
This made me refer back to something on Netflix. It was called When They See Us, and the cops arrested them just because they were in the